According to the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, over $89 billion is lost annually due to illicit financial flows. This has led to a financing gap of between $68 and $108 billion, thereby broadening the income inequality gap and exacerbating poverty on the continent. With illicit financial flows in the extractive sector accounting for about $40 billion in loss, a country such as Zambia needs to strengthen the policy framework surrounding tax administration in the mining sector. The Tax Justice Network Africa has urged governments on the continent to strengthen the administrative capacity of revenue authorities to curb illicit financial flows.
We've seen in previous years that we've received support from cooperating partners on projects such as the Zambia Monitoring Valuation Project that sought to monitor the production of copper across the value chain. Now that is critical to ensuring that we know exactly what we're producing, how much is going out in exports, as well as addressing the basic challenge of illicit financial flows.
Speaking on the sidelines of the ongoing 2023 summer school aimed at enhancing the capacity of media and civil society in curbing illicit financial flows in Pretoria, South Africa, Tax Justice Network Africa Acting Executive Director Chinai Mukumba feels that the media and civil society have a huge role to play in alleviating illicit financial flows.
At the end of the day, the more the general public is aware about the fact that they pay taxes and as a result deserve certain public services, that generates a demand that we think is important to then have our policymakers provide the services that are due to the general public.
With huge debt mounting pressure on Zambia's domestic resource mobilization, incentives are being used to attract capital in the country. But Natural Resource Governance Policy Officer at the Tax Justice Network Africa, Mukupa Nsendeluka, feels that government needs to approach investment incentives with caution.
We know from research that tax incentives do not necessarily attract FDI, particularly for mining, because other factors are considered, such as good governance, infrastructure, labor, and the social welfare of an economy. And so it's important that governments do not give tax incentives without doing proper cost-benefit analysis.
To stop the fiscal bleeding being caused by illicit financial flows that are limiting Africa's developmental aspirations, governments must be willing to collaborate. For Diamond News, Wenson Mavoro in Pretoria, South Africa.
Yes, sir. Yeah, for me, I really want